Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here, and we got a list of 11 properties. Before we do that, I had a couple conversations last night about new construction from the builder, buying new from the builder, and I have some feelings about it. I'll share them with you, and you can agree or disagree, but I think that when you look at buying a new home from a builder, the risk is just higher. So if you're owning a house, if you look at you're buying at today's price, and then whatever happens a year and a half from now, that's it. So if the market's up, then you win because you've got both homes that are worth more. But if the market's down, you could actually lose and you could have both homes worth less. So it's something to really consider. I think the chances, most people are predicting a pretty stable market in 2013. I think the chances of downside are probably a little higher than seeing substantial property gains in the next 1 to 2 years. So something to think about. You're talking about if you're renting, then the builder can delay you even further, which means added rental costs. You look at an unfixed time frame in a lot of cases versus a resale where you peg the closing, you know that it's there. Quality issues, I mean, you can actually inspect a home on the resale market. And the other thing is the extra costs involved with a new home compared to a resale. And the best analogy I could use is buying a new car and a used car. Because the new car has the freight, the PDI, the air tax, all of these extra costs, which in a new home would be the equivalent of HST, which applies to new construction but not to resale properties. Now, most times the builders aren't doing appliances, window coverings, air conditioning, fencing, those kind of things you put in. The upgrades cost a lot more from the builder versus doing them yourselves. Oftentimes it's 2 to 3 times as much as putting hardwood on your own. There are certain things you can request from the builder that are really hard to do after. For example, 9-foot ceilings, hardwood staircase. Those are all good investments. But anyways, if you want to have a chat about that, let us know. But I would find on average that most resale properties, higher closing costs as well on a new home, but most resale properties tend to be better value with the right opportunity. So you may want to choose the demo model on the lot where you're actually buying something that maybe is 6 months or a year old, maybe something that just closed that's never had someone live in it, but the other person has dealt with a lot of the issues that you have to deal with. Just my own personal opinion, but a lot of people will find that when they're all said and done through the new construction process, they're probably $10,000 to $20,000 more than what they'd expect from the builder, obviously depending on price range. So anyway, enough about that, but that's just some stuff that I've had on my mind, and we talk about it at the buyer class. We're going to run our first buyer class soon, just trying to figure out some dates on that. So first one up is 1483 Maple, number 105. It's at 255, 1 bedroom plus den. Maintenance fees are $237. And the thing about this one, it's got a nice floor plan. There is a stigma being on the first floor, and that's something that I think is probably more prevalent in the not so good neighborhoods. I mean, this is not the ghetto or anything like that. I look at this. I love that little doormat, by the way. That's awesome. It looks like you have some kind of access. There's a bit of privacy here, and there is a little bit of green space. That to me actually is a really nice thing. Think about how easy it would be to move into your suite. You don't have to book an elevator, you don't have to do anything. You open the balcony door and you move your stuff right in. Groceries, anything that you need to do is actually very simple. It might even be good for entertaining, having that extra space back there. So overall, I like this one. I mean, I'm not usually a ground floor kind of guy. I think that a lot of people have perceived safety issues, but that looks like a good listing. We've got this one on Childs here at 269.9 with the green tree in front, full of moss. Nice high ceilings in the living room. I hope they show. So right where you're looking is actually a dining room. And I think they took the railing away, so it may not be the safest thing if you have young kids. The kitchen's not huge, but it's functional. You've got a walkout basement. Looks like some upgraded floors, upgraded vanity. Yeah, so there's the dining room, and it kind of overlooks the other room. Really, there should be a railing there. Health and safety-wise, I think it's a good idea. You've got one car parking in the driveway, one in the garage. Overall, it's a good location. You can walk to the mall, and I like this one. Maintenance fees are only $230, which is probably one of the lowest condo fees for these townhouses in all of town. Hobbs Crescent, 374.9. There's no photos on this one. I think it's about 1,800 square feet of total living space, which is different than square footage. which is typically above grade level. So you're talking about main floor plus the second floor. But for some reason, these townhouses are always quoted as being total square footage, maybe 300, 350, 400 square feet in the basement. So Pettigrew is a power of sale. There's no information on this one yet. 379.9, and there are some parts of Pettigrew that do face onto Maple or Thompson, so you do get some somewhat busier streets. Maple has the commercial stuff. It says partly finished basement here, hardwood floors. Let's see what happens with this one. I mean, it seems like it's in line. I mean, 379. You're not getting much less than that on that street. So Mowat Lane is the first front back house of the year. And if you don't know what a front back house is, I kind of coined that phrase. So you can see the front part of the house. If you don't, I'll go back to it. But this is Main Street. So the home actually backs on. It's one of these ones here. It's one of the inside units. And so it backs onto Main Street, and there's a yard here, but would you really feel that safe having kids play in the backyard? Especially for some weird reason, about 80% of these have never put a fence in. So you start to see it's just an open area. So I guess that's the back door or the front door, and that was the running joke, is that we never quite know which one's the front door. I assume it's on Mowat because it's Mowat Lane, but that's the part facing Mowat, this side here, and there's a little bit of a fenced-in area. It's actually got a lot of square footage. It is close to the gym. It's close to Bishop Redding High School. It's close to the schools, like Superstore, Starbucks, GO Train, the movie theater. There's all kinds of stuff that's really close, like within probably a 10-minute walk of here. Finished basement helps. Usually the semis are selling for around $390, but if this is a bigger townhouse with a finished basement, there is a possibility. I don't like the location. I say this all the time. There are some benefits to living here. You get a good deal if you want a lot of space, and it's got a convenient location. But I really think that having trucks driving down Main Street at 3 in the morning is not the place where I would recommend most people living. Lansborough is 439.9. It's a semi-detached. It's sort of a little bit of an upgrade from a semi-detached because it's only attached by the garage here. So typically a semi has all of the walls together. This one here, really, the bedrooms aren't joined, so you have a quieter experience sleeping. Your family room, you can turn your movies on a bit louder, that kind of stuff. And inside the dark hardwood, for some reason, these cabinets just don't look very exciting to me. They look, and it's strange because most people like the darker cabinets, the hood fan, and so on. There's some pot lights there. Pretty basic, right? The glass shower is certainly nice, and you can see from the back, it actually looks like a detached home. And then there's probably garage access in this little nook right here between the two homes. 439 to me, it doesn't really blow me away. The 9-foot ceilings are nice. It probably feels pretty close to a detached home, but I would say, you know what, at 439, go detached. I would say just go the full tilt. Get something that's really going to be, something where you can fully say, like, you don't always have this little asterisk saying linked by the garage. Fully detached at 440. It just makes sense to me. So Elliott Crescent is 470, and there's no photos on it. It looks like it's a pretty upgraded home. 48 by 84 pie-shaped lot, 3 bedrooms, finished basement, and that's about it. This one's going to fly. The stuff in Dorset has been selling in a day, 2 days, very, very fast. So that's something that, if you are looking in that neighborhood, really getting the inside edge on some of these homes is going to help you. So Bustle Crescent, 499, 1870 square feet, I think. Nice upgrades, nice finishes. There was one for sale at like 439, which I think is probably not helping these guys very much. They have better decor and design. The finished basement, there's a nice sized piece of land. You're probably looking about 15 feet deeper than most of the Mattamy homes. And just front to back, it's been done very well. 499 last spring, definitely possible. These homes have slid a little bit. It looks like the activity's starting to pick up. I still wouldn't consider it the deal of the year kind of thing, but it's, the first number should start with a 4. That's really all I know about that one there. Deacon is 525. Had it listed last year. Nice finished basement. There's a big open room on the main floor. It might be tricky to put a TV here because you've got this little window. I mean, you'd have to go over on this side here. But this can be a tough wall to decorate because what do you put? Do you put a chair in between the two windows? Do you put a long couch? I don't think that's a permanent fireplace there. It might be. And so the kitchen, a little bit of a lighter kitchen. You've got 4 bedrooms upstairs. It's really 3. The floor plan's been modified, so there's a smaller room that can be used as an office, and then there's 3 other rooms. Ensuite bathroom. There's not much for sale right now, and actually the basement looks good on this one here. The hardwood floors. It's but the yard is probably 20 or 30 feet deeper than most anatomy stuff. There's nothing really for sale right now. I think these guys are going to do well. They put a little bit of staging into it. They did some little tweaks from last year, and the scarcity, the amount of stuff that's out there right now, I think it's this one's definitely right for the picking. Woodward actually looks like a good value deal to me. Okay, so some people are going to look at this and say, yeah, it's a little bit older. It's getting close to 10 years old. Just under 600,000, and you can see some of the lighter floors. You do notice on this one, some people, and it's a shame, some people are going to discount this home because of the backsplash, and it's so easy to fix, and I hope that someone doesn't do that, because you look, this is over 3,000 square feet. You're looking at a partly finished basement, so there's some area of the basement that's finished. The paint choices, the color choices, very easy to fix. So the things about this home are, in my eyes, just minor issues, but I know buyers are going to make a big deal of them. It's got a nice size 46 by about a 94-foot lot. Again, a lot of the matomies are 46 by 80, so another 13 to 15 feet. And you've got a wood lot in front. You've got good location to schools. GO Train, it's right in the middle, kind of between the GO Train and Maple, which has Home Depot and the restaurants and the movie theater. So I think it's a super location. It's not too close to the 401, so depending on where you are, it may not be that loud. And I like this one. I think this is a really solid home, and for this size home, for less than 600, it's very good. Now, especially look at something like this, right off the builder's lot, Wettlaufer Trail. $779, so $185,000 more than the previous one. It's the same size. It has officially a 5th bedroom, and the upstairs has en-suites basically attached to every bedroom. Some of them are shared en-suites, Jack and Jill's. It's a nice floor plan. It's the Sherwood 6A, 3010 square feet. And it looks like they've got a $40,000 premium for backing onto a ravine. So let's say the difference is really, $140,000. But I look at what you can do with the one on Woodward for $140,000 for the same size home. You could gut that kitchen out. You can do so much. So I know someone's going to pay for this because it's new and it's fancy and everything else. But I take the value pick all the time. There is a ton, even $50,000 goes a long way in a house. So that's my thoughts on this one here. Is this one actually is probably going to be the one that sells first, but Woodward to me is by far a better choice. So have yourself a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, you can email us, give us a call. We're really here for you to help guide you through the process. Have a great day.